What's poppin', my homies, homettes, and others? It's your favorite Sheik player, Spark, back at it again with another batch of succulent, sweet, steamy goodness that you can shove right up your... So today we're gonna be talking about vanish gliding, which is a pretty stylish technique, but also has a lot of practical applications as well. I myself have admittedly gotten a little too attached to it over the years, so I'm spreading the virus with you guys, as the kids say nowadays. This technique is useful because as soon as you slide off, it has an instant hitbox, which is really useful for comboing to end certain chain grabs or tech chases. And it also has a second hitbox as you poof back to the ledge or on stage, which is useful for edge guarding and saving your teammate in doubles. So the way vanish gliding works is you input an up B as you slide off of a platform from a dash. Because of this, you can also do this with other things like a wave dash, which looks super cool but is obviously not as practical. Most people assume that to do this technique, you'll need to only hold the analog stick slightly up in order to prevent tap jump, but it's actually a lot easier than that. Instead, you'll notice that if you want to do a grounded up B, all you have to do is input tap jump, but simply input B during one of the 3 frames of Sheik's jump squat. As long as you do this, you can move the stick all the way up with no problem. So back to the vanish glide, all you have to do is input this grounded up B right before Sheik would slide off. The way you do this is by curling the stick from forward to fully upwards at about this point, then just press B. It's actually a lot more lenient than you might think, and after a while you'll find yourself getting consistent with it pretty quickly. At this point, you'll want to do what I call snagging the ledge. A ton of people make the mistake at this point to just hold horizontally in the opposite direction, but this is actually slower than it could be because Sheik has to bump into the ledge before falling down to grab it if you do it like this. The only time this might be useful is if you did a vanish glide when you really shouldn't have and there's an opponent on the ledge and you want to be risky and go for the ledge but you can't snag it because they're on it, but you think that they'll let go early enough, so you could use this bumping into the ledge angle to do that afterwards. Especially since bumping into the ledge buys you a little extra time, so there's a good chance that regular getup from the opponent won't be enough to edge hog you. But anyway, the way you snag the ledge is with one of 2 methods. You either start holding diagonally down and backwards as soon as the first poof happens, then let go of the stick entirely as soon as the second poof happens, or you move the stick to hold diagonally down and backwards right before the poof happens, and in this case you wouldn't need to let go of the stick to grab the ledge. I personally prefer the first method, and I use this method of holding the angle right before the poof, then letting go of the stick entirely for chino stalling as well. And that's all. This technique may seem intimidating at first, but it really isn't too difficult, and once you get the hang of it, you are sure to become the life of the party and impress all your friends. Anyways, that's all for now, everybody. I hope it was helpful. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't, and you can check out my Patreon for lessons, and follow me on Twitter, where you can send me your coolest vanish glide clips at @SSBM_Spark. Later, gamers!